Hi there, this is Brian, ZL3XDJ. Welcome back to another short video. Just in the shack here, and I think it's Radio Whiskey 7 coming through, and some QRM. Radio Whiskey 7 coming through. Anyway, hope you're all good, and as people who watch my very small channel, I don't make a lot of videos. I don't go in for getting lots and lots of subscribers and all that thing. Basically, I tend to make a video when someone sends me a question, as has happened this week. So at the moment, somebody sent me an email regarding vertical antennas and vertical antennas with radials or without radials, and just what the story is. So what I've done this last few days, we've done some tests. And we've got some results. So basically, I haven't used all the the antenna software you can, for seeing the angle of the radiation and the antenna and all these various things. I just like to build an antenna, put it up, and just get the results straight away. I don't tend to spend a lot of time trying to design the antenna and perfect it and all the rest of it. There's there's heaps and heaps of information on the internet with regards all that type of thing. And if you want to have a look up at what size an antenna should be, or what the predicted radiating pattern should be, well, there's heaps of stuff out there with all that type of stuff. I like to actually go on the air, use the antenna, and get the results. And as a lot of people know, I'm mainly into DX, which I class a DX QSO will be over 10,000 miles. So that's what I'm looking at all the time. And so basically, the question was from a friend of mine about radials on an antenna and an antenna without radials. And of course, a lot of people always say to me, "I'd love to put a vertical up, but I haven't got room for the radials." So this particular antenna, it's using a lot of very short radials, 2.5 meter long, and so we're only looking at a wee plot in the garden of about 5 square meters, so not a big area. And the radials can be on the ground, in a hedge, horizontal, anywhere you want. That's basically what I'm using. So what I did was, a friend of mine thought that he didn't have enough room to put a vertical up with radials on, and so we looked at 2 types of antennas, and we looked at, first of all, maybe what band to use, because the bands are, at the moment here in New Zealand, the only band that's actually open is 20 meters. All the other bands are absolutely closed at this time of year, and so my friend was saying, shall he make an antenna for all the bands, make it multi-band, or just for one band? And we both came to the same decision that probably this time of year, if you want some real DX, as I say, 10,000 miles and over, probably 20 meters is a good enough band to choose. It's open quite a lot. It gives good DX propagation, and the antennas are not massively large or anything like that. So basically what we did, and this broke my rules a wee bit, because I used all my antennas are resident antennas. I don't use any unons or ballons or round coils or anything else. I just have the basic, just the rig. Coax goes outside and it goes to the resonant vertical. But my friend was quite interested in having a vertical antenna, which we both said would probably perform better than a horizontal antenna generally. So he was looking at an antenna which became quite popular on the scene recently, and it is half wave vertical on 20 meters, which is I think about 10 meters, in length, and it has 41 to 1 on a ballon or whatever you want to call it on the bottom. No verticals required. So so this was a first for me. My friend, he has this particular antenna, a half-wave vertical on 20 meters, and he has a balance. So he brought them down the other day, set it up in the garden, and at the same time, about 20-25 meters apart, I actually put a quarter wave vertical for 20 meters in a small area. I put let me see, I think I put about 15 or 16 2.5 long radials on my quarter wave vertical, and obviously a friend of mine with his half wave vertical on 20 meters, no radials, but obviously the coax does act as to a degree as a counterpoise. And the idea was we'd just put a CQ out, and we'll have a look on reverse beacon network within 2 or 3 minutes of each other to see which antenna in reality, on the air would actually give us the best results. And so this is what we did on 20 meters, and right on the grey line here. So this would give us the best chance of the best conditions to get on the to get some DX, and so basically I'm just going to swing the camera around. This by the way, in case you realize, is amateur radio video, as in the hence it's amateur radio. There's no flash cameras and all this type of thing here. What you see is real, and the results are real. They're not predicted or results given from another station. In other words, which could be interpreted in the way they want to. This is on reverse beacon network. What you get, what you see is what you get. So, as I say, we've got a quarter wave vertical with 16 2.5 meter radials at the base. They're not all spread out nicely all the way around. Some are in a hedge and this type of thing. And about 20-25 meters away, we've actually got a half wave on 20 meters vertical with no radials, just the coax. And we put a CQ out, and we'll just go over here and have a look. So, with the magic of turning the camera around, hopefully I might just turn this other light out because it's a bit bright on the camera here. It's not that one. It's one of these lights. It must be that one. So here we are on the grey line, and this is the results you can see on the reverse beacon network here, with the half wave vertical on 20 meters, and we've got some decent spots right across to just the western side of Europe, and just below Scandinavia, and a couple of spots to the west coast of the States there. As I say, this is the results from the half wave vertical on 20 meters, and just to remind you, no radials, no radials. These particular spots here are about roughly about 12,000 miles away, and we'll just move to, if I can find it. So this here is, as I say, just about 2 minutes later. This is from the quarter wave vertical with 16 2.5 meter radials scattered around the base. Now, I'm not that surprised by this result. This result, as I say, is on reverse beacon network. It's not fabricated by other stations, or it's not interpreted from any other information or predetermined. It's just the results that came through instantly. And this, as you can see, from the quarter wave vertical on 20 with radials. The two spots that we did have across in the States, one is still there. One has actually extended nearly right across America. And obviously these probably 5 or 6 extra spots from the vertical splayed out in lots of different countries. And when I was looking on the when I was looking at the results in more detail, it's roughly it works out roughly a gain of about 1 to 2 S points from the half wave vertical. So this is the half wave vertical again. A couple of spots here on the left in America, a couple of spots in Europe, and the quarter wave vertical with a few small radials at the base, as you can see, has done far better in my mind. And this is the main reason that why I use radials. Why? Yes, the half wave vertical does work. It's like many antennas that you put up. You can try, any number of different arrangements for antennas, verticals and horizontal antennas. You can try, V's and all these other different antennas, and they do work. Every antenna pretty much works. Every antenna pretty much works. To give you an example of that, I actually used my 2-element Yagi, which was cut for 6 meters. I actually tuned that up on 40 meters, and yes, it worked. It's the same old thing. You could probably get a wet piece of string and make it work. And if you want to use antennas for portable use and all these various things, that's fantastic. And if you don't want to take and put radials out, that's fine. The antenna will work, but it's a compromise in my mind. All these antennas are a compromise, and you'll probably get a lot of QSOs, all around, within 3,000 or 4,000, 5,000 miles of where you are. You'll get a lot of QSOs with any type of average antenna. But as I say, for myself and other people who want to work all over the world, not just around, say, the UK or around Europe or around other parts of the world, if they want to have an antenna that gives a signal that actually is going to radiate over a wide area of Europe or America or whatever on a long distance, 10,000 miles plus is what I'm after. That's when you see that the vertical with the radials makes one big difference, and this is what I constantly strive for, and other people do the same. Is to I've been on the air quite a while, and now when I go on the radio, and a lot of us, as we all know, a lot of us don't always get all the time we need to get on the radio. You know, there might be work issues, you know, children, family, the wife. But if you want to get on the air, and I want an antenna that is going to give me a wide scope of countries to work, and not just what I call, you know, local QSOs, 3, 4, 5,000 miles. All these other antennas that I've talked about will pick up the odd DX now and again if conditions are right. But I'm looking at QSOs every time 10,000 miles and more. So that's just and obviously the reverse beacon network, you know, doesn't lie. You know, you can't make up these results. You just send a CQ with the 2 antennas, and this is what you get. What you see is what you get. It's real. It's the truth about verticals with radials and a vertical without radials. There is a big difference. But if you want to extend, you know, your QSOs further than your local area, you've got to, you know, work on the antenna and get the results. And the results, not only on the reverse beacon network, as you've seen, are quite conclusive. I'll just switch over here a sec. But you can see here, just looking at the logbook, recently, so we're looking at the last couple of evenings here on 20 meters CW1 sideband, and we've got English QSOs in the book, Wales, Scotland, Germany, and France, Spain, and if we go down, Easter Island was a bit of a local DX, but most of the others are all 10,000 miles plus, and I really enjoy the scope of knowing that when I go on the air, that I'm you know, I can work stations quite close to me if I want, but I quite like the advantage of all the other countries around Europe, United Kingdom, Scandinavia, and far and wide. You know, it's great to know that you've got an antenna that can give you them results. So there we go. That's just as I say, from a questionnaire email and setting up the 2 antennas, just to actually see what the results are, you know, firsthand on reverse beacon network, not to try and predict from software on the internet, and not looking at the radiation pattern on the internet, not looking at the angles. You know, there's a lot of talk about 5 degrees, 10, 15 and all this type of thing, but just to put 2 aerials up and test them out, you know, within a couple of minutes of each other, get the results straight away, which are quite conclusive that a vertical like a half wave on 20 meters will work. There's no doubt about it. You will get QSOs, and you'll probably get a lot of QSOs. But if you want to be a bit further out and get some DX in your logbook, just to enhance the signal a bit more, because as you can see there, reverse beacon network showed that between the 2 antennas, you're probably losing out on, say, at least a third of the longer distance QSOs you could get. But if you can't put a vertical up, I've got to find a catchphrase for this somehow. If you can't put a vertical up with radials, I reckon you must be sat in a very, very small box somewhere. Because even if you're mobile, or as I've been in the past, bicycle mobile, there's always ways to get a vertical working extremely well with some kind of radial system or a grounding tuned ground system. So that's just my take on it. You don't have to you don't have to take it all as being sold just from me. I'm just an old timer on the radio that actually just gets on the radio and just tries it and gets the results and pass them on to you to let you know, and you can try it yourself, or you can stick to a vertical with no radials, or you can have a vertical with radials, and on the results I know which one I'll be trying. Anyway, hope to hear you on the air. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching, and hope to catch up soon. And for anybody that wants to work me, just drop me an email, and I can set up a sked. And more than likely, around the world, I'll probably be able to pick it up and work you without any problems. Take care. 7-3s till next time. This is Brian, ZL3XDJ, trying to do simple things on the radio. Bye for now. See ya.